Okay, let me jump right into it. I got a few adjustments to make. Um, but they're making a little bit more sense maybe. So let's go to it. We'll go to the screen share and go here. Okay, we'll just start out here. Let's say we're quite familiar with this pretty much. The only thing I wanted to point out here was the K, which would be this dark green here. That would be the Medes, the remnant of the Medes, which of course the K went all the way to Asia as well. And the L. The L is the Thracians. In case, okay, so this, let me see, is this gray? No, this gray. This gray would be the Greek Thracians. This is the Greek Thracians here and here. Other than that, we got okay. We got G, which is seems to be holding steady. G is Assyria, Assyria, and there's no F. Yeah, there is an F here. Look at this. So the F is the lighter gray. So this lighter gray F over here would be the Syrians or Arameans. So, and they're, of course, in other areas as well. They just don't show up here because this is a select group here, some kind. So we'll just keep going, keep moving here. Um, see what we have here. We got the L again, which is the Greek, which is interesting. They seem to be excluding the T. I don't see the T, but the L is the Greek. Goes all the way to India. Same with the T goes to India too as well. From with Alexander the Great, he went this way, and that's why the L and the T went this way. But the T is also found in America because it was in the Mediterranean. It was Javan, the descendants of Javan, which is Greek, the Greek islands. Of course, we have the K, which is the Medes. The yellow is the Medes, the K remnant, and the G is the orange, which would be the Assyrians remnants. Okay, so moving right along. R1B, I'll get into R1B maybe. Okay, this is Kazakh, has Q. R1A, which is Ashkenaz. Oh, R1B. They got these together. R1B is the Ashkenaz brother to Garma or something. I gotta check up on that. But this is the map that I really wanted to focus on here. It's interesting because it has the P and P1 here. And I'm designating this P as Tubal. There's a little sliver of P there. But Tubal apparently went went this way with all the wars going on here. So the remnant went this way, which is the gray and the black. So it'd be this gray, so there's some tubal there. Or no, it'd be the dark gray. The dark gray and the black. So the dark gray and the black is tubal, which is a little bit right there. Okay. The lighter gray, of course, is the F, which is very important because this would be the Arameans or the Syrians. And this light gray ran to the mountains here, it looks like. So whenever there was a marauding nation, they took over this area here, the Anatolia, whatever it was. Then whatever was left, when they were taken over themselves, they kind of ran to the mountains. So we have the G, which is the red. That would be the Assyrians. They took over, ran to the mountains. That's the red. So then we have the F, which is the Assyrians, and you still have Syrians there. I mean, no, the F is the Syrians, would be the Arameans, the Syrians. This is Syria, you still have Syrians there, which is the F. But they took over, and they ran to the mountains whenever they got run over. So we got the G, the F. The G is the Assyrians, F is the Syrians, and the other one is the Medes, K. So K is the orange color, which would be up here. And they're in other places as well. But this orange here, so the Medes took over, they marauded, and they ran to the mountains whenever they got displaced. So the Medes is the orange color. Of course, C is Nimrod. Here we go. Nimrod. Nimrod began in Mesopotamia, but his descendants moved east. So this blue, all this blue here is the C from Nimrod, who is a descendant of Cush, who is an African. Okay. Now, what is this C doing here in Asia? Because he is the son of Cush. Nimrod is the son of Cush, who is the African father of the sub-Saharan Africans. So that's why, and they went all the way to America, where the Olmec statues have Asian and African features. So that's important with this map is the P, which I'm designating to be tubal. So the only other one is Meshech, which I'm probably going to designate M and S, that went with Madai to Asia. It'd be Meshech and Tubal. So Tubal would be the P. Of course, the Q, this is Togmar. Let me look at, whenever I run into the names, the table of nations, I'll go through that again. Okay, so we have a new way of looking at DNA with, it's a little bit more efficient and a more efficient way of looking instead of pie charts, because pie chart only looks at one nation at a time. This is looking at multiple nations at a time. Of course, the significant population here would be the R1b in Europe, which is not the only significant, and the R1a is the light gray. So we can see here, for example, in Poland and Germany, you have the R1a, which is Ashkenaz. You have the R1b, which I believe is Togarma, And then the other brother is the Q, which I'm going to have to make sure I make a note of it, mental note. But of course, in Southern Europe, you have the R1Bs. Remember the R1Bs of course, in Germany and here. But as you go through Germany up into the Scandinavian area, you have the R1A, which is the light gray here. Okay, the other thing to note would be here we have the L and the T, which are the Grecians, the Greeks. So the L is the Thracians, and the T is the Javans, which has names, Kittim and in the Mediterranean. So here the T is brown, the L is black. So the location of them, all these dark spots here would be the L, the Greeks, of course, Italy. You have the Greeks here. These dark spots are the L, and the brown spots are the the Javanese. The ones that went to America is the T. Of course, the R1B went to America as well. Southern Europe went to, because of the Mediterranean, the R1B went to America, the T went to America. Of course, the G went to America, which is these colors here. There's these greenish colors. So these greenish colors are G. Some of them went to America. The F you can't see very well here. I was looking for earlier that you really can't find it here in these, because this is basically Europe. But there's something else interesting to note besides the R1B, the R1A, the T, and the L, which is the Greeks. You also have the G's, which is the light greens, and you also have all this blue color here. All this blue color here is descendants of who? Guess who? Those are Abraham's descendants. And in between here, you see a light blue here. This light blue is the Arabic population among the descendants of Abraham in Europe. So it's a little slivers of light blue here. That's the Arabic population, and or the descendants of Aaron, the um, the the priests, the Kohanim, are J1 too, if I'm not mistaken. So some of those could be the descendants of Aaron anyway. So we have the light colors. The lighter colors are the J1, the J2. So we have light color. The lighter colors on this side are J2. The light colors on this side are the J1. So all these blue colors are Judaic, with exception in all these dark blue colors. This is Abrahamic too. The dark blue colors, guess what it is? It's the I1 and the I2. All these colors, the grayish color, gray blue, this color blue, this blue, this blue. This is all I2. I2. So this is pretty impressive here, because you know how we have the Ashkenaz here. This is the Ashkenaz R1A. We also have among this Ashkenaz population, you have this Judaic population as well. But let me see, you get this straight, yeah. Okay, so this lighter color blue, the lighter color blue is the J2, J1, J2, the J2s. Of course, the purple colors are not Semitic. Neither is the L color. So the L and the purple colors are not Semitic. They're Japhethite. So this is the Ashkenaz R1A color. And among the Ashkenaz population, of course, you have the J2, which would be these color blues here, these lighter color blues. Now, when you get to the darker color blues, the darker color blues here are I2s. I2s. And what's really impressive to me, of course, this is I2, I2. Of course, this is all Europe. This is Poland, Germany, Switzerland. Okay, this is Switzerland up here. Okay. What's really impressive to me is this dark blue color here, this dark blue band. Of course, you have Portugal, Spain, Italy. You have some dark blue there. But as you go up through Belgium, Switzerland, into Germany and Poland, up towards Scandinavia, look at the amount of dark blue here. The dark blue is my population, my genetic population, my paternal I1Y chromosome, which I didn't know was so large. I mean, I knew it was large, but I didn't know it was that large. And of course, this I1 population would be Israel, as well as the I2. The I2 is Israel too. So all of this population from the sky blue, which is Arabic or Aaronic Kohanim. So if all this area here is all Israel. From here to here is all Israel. Here to here is all, and of course this is Europe. So from the sky blue here all the way here, it's all Israel. So all this here is I2 and I1, which is all the lost tribes of Israel in Europe. But that's, whatever, But I just didn't know it was that significant a population. So that was interesting to me. Of course, the Bible talks about the descendants of Abraham. So all this blue color are direct descendants of Abraham. And yeah, that's about it. Let me see. For this one, yeah. So that's good enough for right now, I guess. And these are the Arabic populations. Now they're going to switch the colors here. The colors are not going to be the same. But you have the I1. Oh, it starts out with the A. The A, the B, the C. We got a lot of C here in Algeria. Makes sense, I guess. Got C there, C in Jordan. Yeah, we got C in the Middle East. Yeah, Iraq, of course, we got C, which is Nimrod, of course. United Arab Emirates got C. Saudi Arabia got C. Algeria, which is Africa, basically, right? There's C there as well. So, um, then we got all the Egyptians, the Phoenicians, and all that. All them. M81 is the Phoenicians. V13, I think, is the Egyptians. V38 is probably the Ethiopians. So there's those populations. Of course, this is the Arabic populations, the paternal Y chromosome Arabic populations. So um, remember, the J1 is the Arabic population plus maybe possibly the Aaronic or Kohanim population. But since it's an Arabic population, the J1 is Arabic and it's the sky blue. So all this sky blue here is all Arabic. Okay. Then we got on this side we have the I1 and I2s on this side of the Arabic population. So all these darker colors here, darker blue colors, these are the I2s and I1s. So anything to the right side of the sky blue, which is the Arabic population, would be the Israelite population in the Arab countries. And on this side, the the J2s is the Judaic. So everything on this side of the sky blues would be the Judaic populations of Judah, which is significant amounts, of course, as I've stated before, in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Bahrain, Qatar. Where's Iran? Iraq. Iran is not here. Iran has a huge population as well as Turkey. Where's Turkey? Tunisia, Jordan, Kuwait, Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco. Anyways, they have huge populations of Judaic Y chromosome from Judah, from the tribe of Judah. Of course, the descendants of Aaron are not from the tribe of Judah. They're the descendants of Levi, which tend to be a little bit J1, it seems. That's why the Levi, the Kohanim, aren't J2 because they're not descendants of Judah. They're descendants of Levi. So they show up as a J1, if I remember correctly. But the J2 is strictly Judaic. So everything here is Judaic in these Arab countries, which includes Egypt. And of course, Iran is missing. There would be a huge population in Iran. Iraq, you can see the population in Iraq. And Syria, Judaic population. Lebanon, Judaic population. Bahrain, Qatar, huge population, Judaic populations. And if Iran was here, which is Persian, there would be a huge J2 Judaic population in Iran. Other than that, we got, the G. It's not too significant here. Of course, you have the T and the L again. The T is the brown, which is Mediterranean, right? These are all, not only are they Mediterranean, but when Alexander the Great made his marauding campaign, he went east. So he took with him the Greeks, the TY chromosome and the LY chromosome, and spread them all over to the east. So there's a huge TY chromosome in United Arab Emirates, all these Arab countries, even Sudan, Egypt, which is Africa, Libya. Of course, this is Mediterranean. You could expect them to be there. But they went all the way to India. As a matter of fact, there's a huge L and T Greek population in India because of Alexander the Great. As a matter of fact, there's probably more in India than there is anywhere else. And of course, there's T in Africa and there's L in Africa as well. The what do you call it? The the Horn of Africa. Yeah, so they're located there as well. So that's the T and the L would be this dark color. This dark color is Greek. This is Greek, 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 Greek. But it's the Thracians. That would be the Thracian Greeks. So that's the Thracians, and the T is the Javan Mediterranean, the one that went to America. The same as the R1B went to America, so it'd be this gray went to America too, being Mediterranean. Not so much there, okay. But the M81 is oh yeah, look at this. This is the Berber. That's the Berbers. This Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya. That's all M81. That's all Berber populations. This all this red here. That's Phoenician Put descendants of Put probably in North Africa. So so yeah, those that would be the Phoenicians, which is a huge population because I guess nobody messed with them very much. And the okay, this pink color is the Kushites. It seems. Okay, so this would be the Kushites. The pink color is the Kushites. Um, in the Arabic, of course, this is mostly Africa, anyways. And the V13, I think, is Mitzrayim. So Mitzrayim is Egypt, is this orange color, Mitzrayim. And of course, they're more prevalent. Let me see, where's Egypt? We got to have Mitzrayim in Egypt. Not very much Mitzrayim in Egypt. But we do have Mitzrayim in other Arabic countries, apparently. If that's Mitzrayim, I'm not even sure. But anyways, I was thinking the V13 was Mitzrayim. I was thinking well, this is the Phoenicians. The 38, V38, I think, is the Kushites. I'm pretty sure that's the Kushites. And then you have the E1 something or other, which are Kushites as well. Probably Kushites too. A lot of these. Anyways, we got to study the family tree a little bit closer, a little bit better, maybe to understand that. And of course, the A and the B, which these blue colors here, are probably descendants of Kushites. If not, I mean, I know the C and the D is. The C and the D are descendants of Kush. The A and the B, I'm presuming, largely descended from Kush as well. Well, that's about that. It's this kind of representation here, comparative overview, compares all these countries at once, at one time, which is interesting, a little bit better maybe. Here's another, I guess this is the, I don't know what this is of particularly, but it kind of shows how one Y chromosome kind of melds into the other. So you really have to, I mean, you have to do a lot of testing to verify your specific Y chromosome, which I have done for my Y chromosome. So I have a particular classification under I1 M253. But if I told you what it was, you'd probably be able to identify who I was, who I am. If I told you what that classification was. Anyways, T is a Greek, which is huge. L is Greek, which is huge here. Of course, we got J2, which is Judaic. We have J1, which is Arabic. We have G, which is Assyrian. H, which is Elamite. Okay, so we got I's. These I's are here. So this is probably a specific region. And we have K, which is Madai. It's probably India or somewhere around India because I see a huge T population. The G, we got some Elamites here and Thracians. We got Javan, Thracians, Judaic, Arabic, Elamite, Israelite. The F is the Assyrians. The Syrians. G is the Assyrians. F is the Syrians. And E, of course, is the Hamitic population, the African population. R1b is the Southern Europe population, Southern European population. R1a is the Ashkenazi. Ripta and Togarma would be the Q, wherever that is. Where's the Q? Q, I don't see the Q here. I guess the Q's right here. Here's the Q. Q and the L. But this map is not very interactive here. So we have the Q and the L and the K, okay. And the J2. All this J2 is Judaic. Huge Judaic population. Probably could be in Arabic or could be Iran for that matter. I don't know. Anyway, okay, Armenian, same thing. We have the Q, the F, the L, the R, the T, the I2, and the I1 is probably somewhere, or the I2 anyways. All right, that's the Armenian. Yeah, this would be more like the Anatolia type place, which doesn't have much I oh, it's got I2. Yeah, it's got I2. Anyway, doesn't have I1 though. But but of course it has J2 and J1. And Southern Europe R1b, which is what, Togarma or Ripta or somebody. I have to find out. Okay. This doesn't tell me anything. Oh, it's H. Oh, HK. Mitochondrial and European, right? European. So we're looking for Asian on the side. That's M. See the sliver here? That sliver here, that's the amount of Asian DNA, mtDNA, mitochondrial DNA in Europe. The rest is basically European and or African, which would be probably being the unassigned, but it's the African, which is the E. And sometimes the E accompanies the Judaic populations anyways. So this is J1, J2. Together, R1b is Southern Europe, G is Assyrians. Okay, Georgia. Southern Georgia. A lot of Assyrians. Okay, we got the L here. We have, that's about it. This is Sicily, if I'm not mistaken. We have the J2, which is this blue here. We have the I. We have the G. The E. The K, which is the Medes. And the L, which is Thracian. And the Q, which would be one of the other sons of Gomer. So the Q and the R's, the R1A and R1B, the Q and the R are the descendants of Gomer. Okay. This would take a long time to go through. Moroccan Jews, basically the same kind of thing. L, we see L here. It should be this green up here. And the T, which is Mediterranean, Moroccan Jews and Mediterranean. So there's a T is here, L is here. So it makes sense because it's the Mediterranean. It'll be the Greek L and the Greek T. Oh, that here, this green here is the L. Okay, and the R2, the J2, Moroccan Jews, because it's the Jewish populations in Morocco, so this J2 is Judaic. Then you have this R, whatever that is. Anyway, plus there's the I2 as well. The I2, oh, very small population right there. Okay. This is the one that I found was interesting because of the F. The blue is the F, so this is the map that I used to identify the Syrians. The Syrians, this blue. So that's how I identified the Syrian population was a F. So that would be the Aramean descendants of Aram, Aramean population became the Syrians. So that's what the F, which is Semitic. So the Arameans are Semitic. I don't know where they came up with it because a lot of these maps don't even show the F. So, you know, then you have the G. G is the Assyrians, and if they showed this area here, you'd see a lot of G ran to the mountains up here. And we'll look at the K. Is the Medes would be the green. So this green here population be the Medes. They ran up into the mountains as well. And then the okay, the E, okay, the J2 and the I. Okay, the I is the light blue. Up in Europe, you got light blue. Of course, if it was up in here, it'd be half the population would be light blue. And the J, what's the J color? J2 is this brown color. Okay, brown color is the J2. And of course, if you look at this swath all the way across here to Iran, Iran would have a lot of J2. A lot of these areas would have a lot of J2, which would be the brown, and this would be significant amount as well, which would be Judaic. Descendant of Abraham, of course, Judaic. Now for some reason, people think that the J2 is Turkish, but the J2 is Semitic. This belongs to the same tree as the I2 and the I1. It's the same tree. The J1, the J2, it's Abrahamic. So you can't mistake it. When Israel was expelled from Israel, they went north. They went this way. They went this way, and you can see them in this area. You can see them in this area, and then Germany and places. J2, same thing happened. They went this way. You can see them going this way, but there's a whole swath of J2 in this area. Like half the population is Judaic almost, pretty much, which is significant, which is Judaic, not even just descendants of Abraham, but Judaic. Okay, this would be somebody else. Okay, this is Assyria. This is Syria. This is the Hatti, the Hittites, Elamites, Babylonia. Of course, Cush is known to be in this area early on. And the reason why is because he was in this area before he went to Africa. And Nimrod remained because Nimrod was the king of Mesopotamia. His descendants, of course, are the CY chromosome, which went east, basically. And the Elamites are the H, Semitic Y chromosome. Okay, this is Aramean. No, it's Armenian. But we should see. What can we see here? Armenian, I don't know if it's Aramean or not, but huge J2, J1, Syrian population, Hamites, Israelites, Javan Greek, Thracian Greek, Southern Europe, Southern Europe. Q is the descendant of Gomer. F is the Syrian population. And A is the Hamitic population. Okay, what have we got here? Anatolian. Basically R1B. R1B went everywhere, which would be descendant of Gomer. When I get to the family tree, I'll figure it out. Okay, we have L and T. These are the Greeks. The R and the G and the J. J1, J2. Um, this is the based on Assyrian Assyrian males. So the only thing Assyrian here would be this G, which is interesting. At least they still have the Assyrian Y chromosome in the Assyrian population. Anyways, as usual, I'm probably making a mess of things anyway. What am I looking for now? Oh, we got people here. Got Honesty Angel. We got Young Earth Creation and Jeremy Martin and Young Earth Creation. There we go. And nobody's watching. All right. Okay. That's what happens when you ignore people, I guess. Um, so, let me see. So, yeah, let me try to get back to this here. What do I got here? What's this here? Okay, I was here. Get through here. Assyrian. Yeah, this is the Assyrian Y-DNA. And we have everything here except this is Assyrian. There's Assyrian Y chromosome right there. Everything else, this is African. This is Abrahamic. This is Greek. This is Abrahamic. This is R1B is what, Tagarma or somebody? Ripta, Tagarma, I don't know. One of the sons of Gomer. Then we have the, let's start here. The Q, which is one of the sons of Gomer. I, L, at least we have the L represented here. This is the Greek. That would be the Thracians. The F would be the Syrians. Then the R1A is Ashkenaz. The Q be Ribtha or somebody, descendant of Gomer, Tagarma. And G would be the Assyrian Y DNA. Everybody else is somebody else. Okay, the Hittites, the Hurrians, and the Elamites, and the Mari, and stuff. Cretians. Cretians are always liars, according to their own saying. Cyprians. Of course, we have the Mitanni. These are all descendants of Javan. Javan is here, but he has sons. His sons' names are all throughout the Mediterranean there. So that's the TY chromosome. By the way, the TY chromosome that went to America. Here we go. We finally got here. Okay, Japheth, Gomer. So now if I can know the difference, Ashkenaz is the R1A. I think is Togarma the R1B, and Riptha would be the Q. So this is all one family here. This Gomer family, you can see it on the Y chromosome tree. That's all one family. And these are the sons of Javan in the Mediterranean. Well, this is like in Anatolia, but we have Tarshish is in Anatolia. Elisha, Kittim, and Dodanim. These are in the Mediterranean. They're islands in the Mediterranean Ocean, whatever. Of course, Kush, Nimrod. These are all ancient civilizations. Sheba, Dedan, Rama, Sapteka. This is in Africa. Havilah. Of course, they moved from the Mediterranean. These names are in the Mediterranean as well as Africa. So they moved some of these names anyway. Cush and Havilah. And so they moved from the Mediterranean area into Africa, some of them, and some of them probably remained. Then we have Mitzrayim. We have the Ludanim, which become the Lydians or the Libyans. And, Lehabim, maybe these are the Libyans. Then Naputim, Pathrusim. Copterin is an island in the Mediterranean. And Philistim. Okay. Those are Mitzrayim. Okay, so the Philistines and the Canaanites are not the same thing. See? Philistines came from the island of Captor or Kashalim or somewhere. You have the Philistines. The Canaanites are the Jebusites, Amorites, Girgashites, Hittites, Archonites, Sinaites, Arvadites, Zemarites, and Hamathites. Oh, Hamathites. Hamathite. Heth, the Hittites. Oh, there you go. There's the Hittites. So the Canaanites are the Hittites, basically. The Hethites, the Hittites. Sidons. That's important to know. To note. So the Hittites are the Heths, descendants of Heth, descendants of Canaan. So Canaan had a lot of descendants in the Mediterranean area, which probably some of them became part of the Jewish population, probably as well. Then the Semitic population would be Elam, which is an H, Asher, which is the G, Arpachshad, which is the J1, J2, I1, I2. Lud would be one of the Fs because there's more than one F. There's F and F2 and F1, and there's probably even another one. Aram would be the Arameans or the Syrians. So, and then of course there's Arpachshad, there's the Iberus, which include all of these people. These are a bunch of people in the Iberus. And then there's Peleg and Abram. And the J1, the J2, the I1, the I2 all come from Abraham. And the rest of the Iberus were in the area. They're called Iberus. And Abraham was an Iberu as well. They're all descendants of Arpachshad. Arphaxad. So now, if I can get this straight, Ashkenaz is the R1A. I think Togarma is the R1B. Ribta, I think, is the Q. I'm not sure, but I'll have to verify that. I'll do that. I'll do that real quick here. Hold on a second. If I can figure it out. Yeah, here we go. Oh. Yeah, I guess I got it wrong. So Ribta is the R1B. Ribta's R1B. Togarma's the Togarma's the Q. We don't need that. Togarma's the Q. Magog I'm designating as the O in the N. Madai is the K. Meshach is possibly the M and the S, which went with the KY chromosome to Asia. Javan is T. T-Rise. The Thracians are L. Tubal, there's the P. Tubal is being designated as the P. The Aramean Syrians are the F. The Lydians are the F2. Asher Assyrians are G. Elam H is in India. It's Elamites. Arphaxad is the I and the J. Israel, Jews, and the Arabs. and whatever Iberus that were around as well, or that remain. So we got Cush, Mitzrayim. Cush is V32. Egypt is V12. And the Phoenicians are M81. Canaan could be the EM123. Have a map or some facsimile like that. Okay, so that's about it. Okay. Here's just an overview. There's Kittim. Kittim is the son of Javan, Greek, see Greek. Lud, Lydians, that's the blue color is the sense of Shem. Elam, Asher, Aram, Lydian. So the F2 is Lud, F1, F is Aram, Assyrians. G is the Assyrians, and they run to the mountains. Remember, they run to the mountains all the time. And Togarma. Okay, so we have Gomer. We have Gomer, Togarma, Togaram. I think this became the Q, and the Ribta became the R1B. Okay, Ribta is the R1B, Togarma became the Q. Okay, sounds good. So this Q, this you can see where it probably went that way. This is Madai the Medes. Ashkenaz is the Scythians, but of course Ashkenaz went way over to Germany. Hittites were from Heth, Amorites, Canaan. The Philistines came from some island over here, Captor Island or something like that. Put, Mitzrayim, and then there's Cush as well. Okay. More or less, just Philistia, Phoenicia. Of course, this is the later Phoenicia. This is not the original Phoenicians, which are from descents of Put, North Africa. This is like a mixture of people called Phoenicia, but they're a whole bunch of sea people, including the Greeks and African and Canaanite and Judaic and Israelite and everything. They all went to and Assyrian. They all went to America, and their Y chromosome is found in America. Here's the Berber Y chromosome, which I believe is the Phoenician, or the early Phoenicians of Put, which, is more or less maybe. Okay. Canaan. These are the Canaanites. There's the Captorian. This is where the Philistines came from, reportedly. Javan, Elisha, Kittim, and the Taurus, and Tiraz. So the Tiraz is the Thracians. Javan is the Mediterranean TY chromosome Grecians. And Lud is the Ephladians, Arameans, Eber Peleg, Asher, Assyrians, and Elamites. And this is, of course, Mesopotamia. This is where Nimrod had the first kingdom. Arpachshad, Nineveh. Okay, Akkad. Babylon. Shinar, in the land of Shinar. See the Shinar? That's designated as descendants of Ham, Shinar. Nimrod was the king in the land of Shinar. Of course, Nimrod is a descendant of Ham, descendant of Cush. That's why that Shinar is designated as Nimrod's kingdom, which remained in the area when Cush went to Africa. See Cush and Mitzrayim. That was after the breakup of the continents. Then they started spreading out. But Nimrod remained in Mesopotamia because he was king in the land of Shinar, reportedly killed by Esau. Take it or leave it, whatever. But anyways, after he was killed, his descendants, his kingdoms fell after a while, and his descendants moved east and a little bit this way as well, apparently. So they kind of like went this way, and spread out. They went all the way to America, as a matter of fact. The descendants of Nimrod. The CY chromosome doesn't lie, went all the way to America and still there to this day. Along with the QY chromosome, which is Togarma, right? Togarma is the QY chromosome. Yeah, Togarma is the QY chromosome. Went all the way to America. Not only that, but the QY chromosome came back to this area because of going to America. When the Phoenicians went to America, they took the TY chromosome, the R1B Y chromosome, the J, the I, the G, the T, the E, the B, and they brought back with them the QY chromosome. So to this day, there's a QY chromosome in the Jewish population and this area, which otherwise wouldn't be here because they went the other way. They went east. So Togarma went east. Ripta went to Europe, right? Ripta's R1B, the Q. Of course, this is the same family. The R1A is Ashkenaz, the R1B, Ripta, and Togarma, the QY chromosome. This is all the same family. It's all descendants of Gomer. So, and of course, this is Madai, is the KY chromosome, and Meshach, wherever Meshach is, probably went with Madai to the east. But if anybody has any input on that, that would be appreciated as well. Notice all the different. But Havilah, you got Havilah here and Havilah here. That's because there's two sons called Havilah. One is Semitic, the other one is Hamitic. But remember, it was here too as well, because the land of Shinar was Cushite, or descendants of Cush. So yeah, and the Elamites went to India basically, and they spread all over. The Arameans became the Syrians. They're still around this area, and they ran to the mountains. The Assyrians were in this area. They ran to the mountains. The Medes from Adai, they're in this area. They ran to the mountains after they got whooped. And, you know, Now you know the rest of the story. Iran is is Persian, called Persian, but huge Judaic population all the way through, all the way to the Greek and Rome, is Judaic populations. And people are still trying to figure it out, I guess. I like this map because it shows the seven churches, shows Pamphylia, Galatia, Asia Minor, Pisidia, Lycia. Churches Ephesus, Smyrna, Pergamum, Thyatira, Sardis, Philadelphia, and Laodicea. The seven churches in Asia Minor, which is basically Anatolia or Greek or something. Well, actually, it's Turkey, but it's Asia Minor, called Asia Minor. That's like the center of the world. I mean, at that time, more or less. I already showed this one time. This is my descendants came. I mean, my ancestors came with the my Y chromosome went this way and this way, and ended up in this area right here. Then they left this area. They went to America, went to Virginia, and place called Pittsylvania, not Pennsylvania, Pittsylvania, Virginia. Anyway, so here's another one here. Thrace, the Thracians. Of course, Javan is over here. Cyprus. Lydia is, let's see, Lydia is the Lydians, Ludites, which is the only one that's Semitic in this area. The rest would be probably more Japhethite and Hittite. Hittites would be Canaanite, so mixture Canaan, big mixture there. We got Cappadocia, Iberia, Armenia, Syria, Media, uh, Parsa, but all these things here, I got to study more of this area a little bit better and find out what's going on over there. Yeah, I could have zoomed in here. Oh, can't zoom in. Won't zoom in. This is basically the same thing. Magog, Ashkenaz, Gomer. Of course, Ashkenaz, the son of Gomer, they went this way into Europe. Lud is the only Semitic. We got Tubo, which I assigned as what, P? Meshach, I assigned as M and S. Madai is K. Tiras, Javan. Tiras, Javan. These are the sons of Javan, Elisha, Meshach, and so this area, this is all TY chromosome. This Tiras would be the LY chromosome. And this, of course, would be Japhethite. Basically the same, Havilah here, Havilah down here. Rama. See, sometimes they have this Havilah as Hamitic, sometimes they have a Semitic. They can't make up their mind, I guess. Hagar and Keturah. There you go. Got Hagar and Keturah, descendants of Abraham, of course. Okay. And of course, there's a lot to study. One of these people here became the DY chromosome. Maybe Rama. Rama became the DY chromosome, maybe. Sounds interesting. Possibility, maybe. We'll have to look in that, see if that became a seagoing people. See if they went this way in the ocean, like following Elamites to India. Maybe Rama went to India as well and kept going because they went to India. That could be the DY chromosome that eventually went into Tibet and all the way to Japan. Okay. There's some more churches: Corinth, Thessalonica, Philippi, Ephesus, Cappadocia, Galatia, Media, Pontus Media, Crete. And Cretians are always liars. Is that Captor as well? That would become the Philistines too. Maybe that's why the Philistines were messed up. Maybe they're descendants of Cretians or the ancestors of Cretians. Um, just a little humor. Um, but of course, God can save anybody, whether you have a CY chromosome or an EY chromosome or whatever Y chromosome you have. Just draw near to God's word and he will cleanse you. It's as simple as that. Okay, this is Sherman language. But this is interesting here because I think Migdol and these places here, the land of sin, this is spoken of in the Bible. Anyway, okay. Now, if you want to do some study on the Hittites, which are basically Canaanites, this city here rivaled the civilization in Egypt. Hattushas, that would be an interesting study. FZ. Kittim. Okay. And here we have where Nineveh built the Tower of Babel. And people, even though they spread out all over the world, they're still always building, pyramids and towers of Babel and everything. There's Elam. Yeah. Haran. We know about Haran, right? Abraham came from Haran, or actually, that's where his relatives were or something. Anyway, So there we go again. Goshen, Asher. Media. Lydia. Okay. Babylon Empire. This is let's see. Dead Sea. Okay. Bethlehem. I was looking for Jerusalem. I couldn't find it. I think it's right up there somewhere. Unless it's, yeah, it's right in there somewhere. I don't know. Thought it was right in here. Beth Shemesh, Bethlehem. Anyway, this is the area where the Dead Sea Scrolls are found, or the where John the Baptist hung out. But I thought Jerusalem was around here somewhere. Anyway, Mount of Olives, Mount Seir, Bethlehem. I think Jerusalem's right here. I don't know what map this is, but anyway, Mount of Olives right here. Okay, so something like that. Yeah, this would be the area where John the Baptist hung out. The peoples. Okay, Ammon, Moab. Okay, Lot, Lot. Ammonites and the Moabites are descendants of Lot. Aramean tribes would be the Syrian tribes. Edom is the Edomites. Okay, Salem, Shechem, Samaria, Galilee. Bashan, Og, the king of Bashan. Philistines, Phoenician states. So this is kind of like uh, throughout time or whatever. So here, this kind of shows the Captarine and the Philistines went here. In other words, the Philistines came from this isle of the Cretians or Captarine, and that's where they came from reportedly. Then you have the Arameans, the Assyrians, the Elamites, and Joktan. And you got Rama, which might have been one of these people, Rama, Sheba, somebody. One of these people here stopped. Notice you got two Havilas. You got a Semitic Havila and a Hamitic Havila, probably because they don't know the difference. They don't know which is which. Or maybe it was both. But anyways, and Cush. Ham, Shem, and Doesn't say, but Japheth is up here. Anatolia, Minoan, Crete, Mycenaean, Athens, later times. Ammon, Moab, Edom. Of course, the reason why the Ashkenazi and the IY chromosome and the JY chromosome are probably not Edom because they were pushed north. They went north, and I don't think Edom was pushed north. So they're not the Edomites. The Euphrates, and the Tigris, Nineveh, Nimrud, Assyria. Okay. That's a simple map anyway. Okay. Sheba. Maybe Sheba is a DY chromosome. Sheba, Dedan. Hard to say. But one of these people here, descendants of Cush, became a DY chromosome, became the Andamanese, went to Tibet and Japan. There we go again. We got Sapta, Sapteka, Rama, Sheba. They got these spread all over the place. It's hard to know who's who, where's what. We got Captor, Crete. See, Captor is the Cretians. Captorites, Cyprus. Mishraim, Cush, Put, Phoenicians, Egyptians, Cushites. Canaan is Canaanites. Ludites, Lydians. Anyway, Shinar. Of course, Shinar is Cushite as well. Okay, biblical Israel. There's Jerusalem supposed to be right there. Okay, Megiddo, Jerusalem. The Mer Ege and the Mer Nor and the Mer Caspian and the Mer Rouge. Okay. There's the Captorites and the Casholites. Guess there's a difference between the Captorites and the Casholites. These are like Europeans, basically. So when the Philistines came to Gaza or wherever it is, they 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 have like European ancestry. So if they came from this island, even though this is Hamitic name, I believe they came with European ancestry there because they did DNA tests on them. The early ones had more European ancestry. The later ones, the later Philistines, were like a mixture of everybody. Apparently. Elam, Susa. Okay, so we got the Sea Peoples. The Sea Peoples are you got the Thracians, the Javanese, and basically became the Phoenicians. So the Sea Peoples, which included the TY chromosome, the R1BY chromosome, the GY chromosome, the I and the J, the E, and the G, I already said, they all went to America and stayed in America, and they brought back the Q back to this area as well. It's my prediction. Oh, I got the Rosetta here. Oh, nice map anyway. Memphis. Okay, Middle Egypt. Crocodiopolis. Gulf of Aqaba. Red Sea. Okay. Wilderness of Shur. Red Sea crossing here or wherever it was. I think it might have been here. Wilderness of Shur. Midianites, Ishmaelites, Mount Sinai, Mount Allahs. I think the crossing's right here. Or they say here, I don't know. But I think this is where they found the chariot wheels were right here. Edom. Wilderness of Zin. Petra, Kadesh Barnea, Petra. River of Egypt. Goshen. There's the land of Goshen right there. Alexandria. Rosetta. Cyrene. Okay, 11 Philistine origin nations. Caphtorites. Gittite. Somebody from Gath. Okay, here's Captor. Patmos. There's the Patmos. The island of Patmos. If anybody didn't know where the island of Patmos is, there it is right there. Of course, that's where the revelation of Jesus Christ was given to John on the island of Patmos, apparently. Ephesus, Laodicea, Antioch, Lystra, Iconium, all places we've heard about. Laodicea, Sardis, Smyrna, Thyatira, Pergamum, Chios, Midas. Okay. And of course, this is Thracian. The Thracians came from. This is Anatolia, which is today's Turkey. It's called Asia Minor in the Bible. And of course, each place has its own history. Mitanis, Euphrates, Tigris, um, David Goliath. Okay, Philistine, Pentapolis, five-city empire. Notice how these cities are located. You've got Ashdod, Ashkelon, Gaza, Philistine area. Sea people, right? Or they came from Captor, or the island of Captor. Notice these cities here are Ekron and Gath are like in your face, you know. Anyways, so they were a threat to Israel, and of course, because of David, there was peace in the days of Solomon. There was peace in the entire area, entire land in the days of Solomon. So much so that the Phoenicians went to America, brought back gold and silver and copper, which the copper mines are there to this day in the United States from the days of King Solomon. And that gold and silver is probably still buried right here. Right here. That gold and silver is probably still buried right in this area, right there. And they found it. It's just a matter of digging it up. But they found all the temple treasures, all the gold and the silver, and huge amounts of gold. You know, millions of dollars and whatever, you know. From the days of King Solomon, probably. Maybe even the Ark of the Covenant. Maybe the Ark of the Covenant. Okay, so there's a lot to look here. A lot to consider here. That's Philippi, Thessalonica, Philippi, Berea. Remember the dream Paul had? Says a man from Macedonia said, "Come over and help us." Okay. See, this is our history, human history. All these names are all the grandsons and great grandsons of Noah. Gomer is a grandson. Magog is a grandson. Ripta is a great grandson. Tubal is a grandson. Togarma is a great grandson. Madai is a grandson. Magog, Meshach, Ashkenaz is a great grandson, though the name great grandson. Tiraz is a grandson. Javan is a grandson. Of course, Put is a grandson. Mitzrayim is a grandson. Cush is a grandson. Um, Nimrod is a great grandson. And Dodanim, Kittim, they're great grandsons. I think I'm lying. Havilah, great-grandson. Sheba, Sabteka, great-grandsons. Some of them great-great-grandsons. Sabteka, great-grandson. Think I'm making this stuff up? They're all mentioned in the Bible. All these names are mentioned in the Bible. They're all nations. Nations that everyone is descended from. See, we have Ham, Shem, and Japheth. The Lydians is a Semitic. Arpachshad is Semitic. Ishmael Semitic. Rama Dedan is Hamitic. These are Semitic. Anyway, and they all have the JY chromosome. The JY chromosome and the IY chromosome. This is A, B, C, D, and E. This is F, G, H, I, and J. And this is K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, and T. Javan is a T. Tiraz is the L. Gomer is the R. He's got sons. Ashkenaz is the R1A. Ripta is the R1B. Togarma is the Q, which is all the same family of Gomer. Tubal is designated as the P. Madai is the K. Magog is the O and the N, which is huge, huge population, largest in the world. Arpachshad is of course, J and I. Then there's the Aram of the Aramean Syrians, which would be the F. We have the Assyrians, which is the G. The Medians, and the Medes is the K, of course. The Elamites of Susa is the H. And on and on and on. Nimrod is the CY chromosome, all the way to America. Why would I lie? Think I'm making this stuff up? There's the Ashkenazi Jews, Sephardi Jews. See? These are the Sephardi Jews. These are the Ashkenazi Jews. Same people. Of course, these are the other peoples. Bedouins, Druze, Palestinians, French, Italian, Flemish, Basque, Sardinians. But of course, the Sardinian population has a lot of Jews in their population. Of course, a lot of these populations have a lot of Jews in their population. Europe, same thing, a lot of Jewish people in their population. But there is a difference, obviously. Okay. Okay, this is what is this? Italia Centrale, Italia Centrale, Meridionale, and Sicily. Okay, the Sicilians expect to find the T. There's the T, the L. The H would be the, oh, that's the Elamites? What are the Elamites doing there? That's another H, Elamites. K is the Medes. G, where's G? No, this is the U. That's the mtDNA. And this is the mtDNA2. Yeah, this is mtDNA. Well, IJ. Yeah, it's all mtDNA. So much for that. I don't know why they have to make it so confusing, but anyways, that's mtDNA. That's mitochondrial maternal haplogroups. European, Greek, where you think the Jews are, where they actually are. Ashkenazi. See, Ashkenazi in Eastern Europe, yeah, Ashkenazis are Jewish. Italian Jew, Sephardic, Greek Jew, Crete, North African Jews. These are all Jews, are all here. Minoans, Palestinian, Northern Italy, okay, medieval Greece. Greece, of course, we know what that is. It's T and L, etc., etc. This is Eastern Europe, but of course, it depends what you're talking about. Okay. Again, same story. Okay. Levant. There's a TY chromosome from Javan TY chromosome. But of course, it went to American back, of course, and it's Greeks. It actually went all the way to India with Alexander the Great. That would be the TY chromosome, the Greek TY chromosome. Of course, it was all over the Mediterranean as well. Well, it doesn't want to work. Okay, the C, the D. Got the C, C3, CD. So this red, this blue, and this color. So the red, the blue, and the yellow. So the red to the yellow is Hamitic. The red to the yellow is Hamitic. African, mind you. The red to the yellow is Hamitic. Of course, the N and the O is the same thing. So N to the O. So that's N to the O. Yeah, so the rest would be from here to here would be O. Okay, from here to here would be O. From here to here would be O. And here's O. So, okay, to the purple, to the yellow, yellow. All right. It's a lot of African Y chromosome in China. Anyway, must be because of Nimrod. Nimrod and his descendants. That's what it must be. Y DNA, mtDNA. Okay, when okay, here we go. This is I. It's a lot of IY chromosome there. Try this out here. So we got E to R. E, G, I, J, sliver of J. Okay, so we have the A and the B are, the C is Asiatic. So this little sliver is Asiatic. The rest, except for the M, which is this sliver here, is Asiatic. So this sliver here is Asiatic mtDNA. This sliver here is Asiatic mtDNA. And the rest pretty much is Semitic. It's probably in Europe somewhere because it's got an IY chromosome. Half the population is I, which is what I am. So it's in Europe somewhere. But that's the mitochondrial Asian DNA or Japhetic DNA. It would be this sliver here and this sliver here. Then there's the E or the L. Where's the L? L. I don't see the L. No L. So there's no L. That little sliver there and that little sliver there is Asiatic. In fact, it's a sliver of a sliver is the M. The blue color is the M, and the C and the D, which the D is not here, but the C is this dark brown color, whatever, and this blue color. Those are the Asiatic mitochondrial DNAs. The rest is Semitic, and with half the population being Israelites, that's G, and this sliver is J. Then there's the N, Q, R, and E. Of course, the E might be from this population here. The G might be from this population here. The J is probably from this population here. The N, the Q, and the R are the Japhetic Y chromosome, or in other words, the descendants of Gomer. Well, the N would be Magog. So the N is probably Magog. The rest is Gomer, which would be Ashkenaz and his Togarma, and the Q is Ripta or Togarma. So those are the descendants of Gomer plus the N Y chromosome, which is Magog. that went north. It's the NY chromosome that's all the way north. So whatever that is, probably some Norwegian place or something. It's got half the population is an IY chromosome, so it's half the population is me. Anyway, Europe. Europe is I. T. There's T. Of course, we know what T is. T is Javan. Oh, but wait a minute. Is this mitochondria? Might be mitochondria. This is mitochondria, yeah. Just skip that. But the TY chromosome is Semitic in the Jewish population as well. J and T. J and T. Yeah, but this is mitochondrial. This is all mitochondrial DNA. Whatever. So this is a breakdown here. A, B, C, D, and E is Hamitic. F, G, H, I, and J, Semitic. K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R is J, S, and T. There's a P, which is Tubal. N and O is the same family. And over here is AB. I mean, no, it's not AB. It's Q, Q, and C. So we can see the C up here and the Q. So it's Q and P. But C's all over here too. Okay. Papua New Guinea, Polynesia, Melanesia, Micronesia, Turkey. Okay, here's some good ones. We got the T. T, here's this color, T. And the L. Where is the L? Do I see the L? Okay, the T. Which one is that? Okay, we got the G, the G, the T. All right, two. The L's in here somewhere too. Okay, we got the G and the T. Where's the T again? Where's the T? Of course, the T is a Javan. The G is there's G2 is the Assyrians. Anyway, it's kind of hard to see. Need a legend. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, so we got the T. We got G. That's about it. We got the G and the T and the other. But I want to know what the other is. Okay. So the I1, the I2, the J1, J2, J2. So it's the greens and the blues. So the blues and the greens are Abrahamic. Blues and the greens. Blues and the greens, the blues and the greens. There we go. Let's go up here. Blues and the greens. Abrahamic, blues and the greens. About half the population. But sometimes you can't trust these things. But if you go to pie chart from the family DNA, you can pretty much trust that. Uzbeks. Uzbeks and Uzbekistans. Huge J2. J is, see, remember, it's Uzbek. That's where Madai is located. That's Madai. We got J here. It's probably J1, J2. We got O, which is, of course, it's the area of Madai. There's going to be O there, which is Magog. D is significant for some reason. How to get D there, I don't know, but it's there in the Uzbeks. So that's interesting. Maybe they went north. Maybe it's a D that went north. Probably a D that went north. Anyways, N is the same thing as O. G, R1A is Ashkenaz, and that's it. There's only Ashkenaz. There's no R1B in the Uzbeks. Just the J here and a J here, and the Medes and the G. Okay. But this D is interesting. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Maybe I can see something here, hopefully. Probably not. Okay, we have the L. We do have an L here. Well, of course we have an L. It's in India. We have a T. No, we don't have a T. We have F. F, G, H, I, J, K. So the Medes, Madai, the Medes is here. They ran up in the mountains here and they went this way. And of course, they took over this whole area. The Medes and the Persians, they took over, so they spread out over this way. And then they ran up into the mountains. And they ran into Egypt. They ran over here, and they ran all the way to Australia. Okay, so we have the G, which is here. They ran up here. The Assyrians ran up into the mountains too. Look at that. They ran into Egypt. They ran into Iran. I mean, the Assyrians ran into Iran. Okay. Kazakhs. Uzbeks. Okay, what else we have? H. H is Elamite. This is Elamite. Dravidian. Dravidian is Elamite, by the way. From here. This area here. There's a little sliver there. We got I and J. So the blue and the J. How about the sky blue? We see the sky blue? And the, how about purple? Yeah, we got purple. Purple and sky blue, if there's any sky blue, is D. Or is that, that's sky blue. Anyway, H is Davidian, I and J. So the J is the white, is the J, which includes the Arabic J1 all the way over here. N and O. So it'd be the brown and the pink. So the brown and the pink is the N and the O. It's brown and pink, N and the O. So that'd be Magog. Magog went that way. And the F is the purples. So if there's a purple over here, that's F. It ran up into the mountains too. The Syrians, but that's not a very good sample of the Syrians. Anyway, there's the C and the D is the Hamitic population. So the green and the gray, the brown and the green is Hamitic. It's over almost half the population is. Oh, here it is over half the population, way over half. And here it's 100% the population is Anius. 100% of the population is descended from Ham, from Cush, from Nimrod, and his brother. 100% of the population, or his descendant. 100% of the population here. 100% of the population, over half the population here, almost half the population down here. Significant, over half the population here is C and D. C and D, which is descended from Ham, Hamite, by way of Cush and his brother, D, whoever that was. And D is over here too, the Mongols. Oh, that's C. Forgot. So this is C, 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 C. This is C, 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 and D. Of course, the green is D. So these people probably have beards and wavy hair, which they do. But anyways, it is what it is. Okay, here we go. Y-DNA haplogroups. This is not, it's not working. It's not opening up. Doesn't work. I don't know. Not working. Thought it would. Copied it. Wouldn't. Anyway, skip it. Alright. 15% I1, 8% I2, I. What is this? 19% R, 4% G, 3% E, J2, J1, I1, I2, quarter percent of the population, J2, E, G, R1B, R1A, R something or other, R something or other. Okay. And I. N, Q, and T. Q, you always have Q and T. Let's see, whatever. Okay, this is Australia. The O, the C, and the K. This is mitochondrial. This is B. It could make it a little bit more confusing if they wanted to. There's a W. This is mtDNAW. Okay, for what it's worth. Here's the Berber Y chromosome. Have you seen this? Okay, so this has something interesting maybe. J, where's the F? E, C, G, H. G and H is elum. Where's no F? No F. Well, I got the F up here. Okay, is this supposed to be a map? Okay. How about Q? We got Q. Here's Q. That's Q right there. How about C? We got C. C3, that's what I want, C3. It'll be this dark brown or this dark light brown. It's in here somewhere. You got the same color as the Q, so they got this color almost the same color as this color. Make it real confusing. So this color's not the same as whatever color. Anyways, there's a C in here somewhere. Is that R? We got the R1B in America. Yeah, they can make it a little bit more confusing if they wanted to, I think. This is interesting. Okay. G, J1, R1B. So we got the Elomo-Dravidian, which is Dravidian, which is H. Elom is the HY chromosome. L is the Thracians. T is the Javan. C is Nimrod. O is Magog. K is Madai. C is Nimrod. K is Madai. M and the S is probably Meshach, maybe. That went with K, I'm guessing. Anyway, see this. They're guessing here too. Not the only one guessing. Okay. They call it Slavic. They call it Germanic, but it's Israelite. It's descended from Abraham. This I, descended from Abraham. J2, descended from Abraham. J1, descended from Abraham. Okay, so it's FGHIJ is Abrahamic. K, elemental, PQR, S, and T is Japhethite. Well, this is interesting. I can't zoom in. Okay. I have to study this some more here. South Arabian, modern South Arabian. Languages. Okay, there's Ashkenaz. This is Ripta. And Togarma went the other way. I went this way. This is Gomer. This is Abrahamic. This is I2, I1, J2, G, R1A, R1B. Actually, R1A went this. Here's R1B. Yeah, R1B went this way. Did they go this way? They ended up here, and all over here is R1B. Which would be R1B is Ripta, Q is Togarma, Ashkenaz is R1A. Q is the same family as Gomer. Gomer is over here. They're saying it came from over here. Gomer is over here. R1A came from Gomer in this area. R1B is a descendant of Gomer in this area. Q is a descendant of Gomer that went this way. They went to America, then came back through the Mediterranean here. Okay, we got, what is this? FTDNA. What is this? Kit number, place, country, test. STR. Y25, Y11. I took the Y11. 111 test. Okay, Russia, Sweden, England. What's this? FEDBA ID number, kit number. What? Not telling me anything I need to know. Oh, it's the ILSFPH. The IY chromosome? Actually, what are these places? Poland, Scotland, England. Yeah. Okay, so we got 67, 37, 37. Whatever. This is it's got to be an old thing anyway. But Scotland is where I got my Y chromosome from. What is this? Whatever. ID. I don't know what the ID is. Anyway, HIJ. Whatever. Okay, it is F. Okay, so we got F, G, H, I, and J. The J is not too far from the I. If you compare the letters, I mean the numbers, the I and the J are basically the same family. Now, I don't know why does it have the I before the J? Usually it's the other way around. I have no idea. But anyways, yeah, it's the same family tree anyway. J7, J6, I7. Mine's I17, something like that. Spain, Scotland, same thing. 37. Mine's 111, not 37. And it's not 67. So it's 111 places, not 37 or not 67. It's 111 comparisons. And I have a designation, which is a secret. So I don't remember the number. But it's one of these from Scotland. Anyway. It's my family here, right here. This is my family here, right there. My family, it's my kin. Scotland. How about that? See how close it is to the J? Oops. F, G, H, I and J. That's how close it is to the J. See the I and the J, see they're both blue? They both belong to the same family tree, right here. That's my family right there. Anyways, close to it anyway. What's this? This is G, probably. Yeah, this is G. Pretty sure because they got a hot spot there. So it'd be the Assyrian G, still represented in Anatolia, and they went up into Germany as well. So that's the G. GY chromosome, apparently. This is, let's see, C and D. C and D. And F. F is Madai. This light brown is Madai. Madai, Madai, Madai. The Medes. F, G, M, of course, M. Yeah, M is like, in this area, Papua New Guinea has M. And R, but this is, I think this is mitochondrial DNA anyway. So, yeah, the A and the B is Semitic, the C and the D is Japhetic, the M is Asiatic, M is Asian, Japhetic, and the Z and the rest. So the only Japhetic here would be the C and the D and the M. And maybe another one, but the rest is Semitic, not necessarily Judaic, probably not Judaic. H3, HG. I'm an HG3. That's in mitochondrial DNA. Iranian Azerbaijanis. Okay. The T, the L, this is Greek. See, the Greeks came through here. The Q came back from America, if not the remaining Pagarma that originated in the area. The F is the Assyrians. The G is the Assyrians. This is Syrians. Until further notice. And the O, this is the largest population in the world. The O population all the way down here. Which includes the N family tree. The N is up here too. The big Y. What's this? Balts, Finns, Scandinavians. What is this? They got it in code. I don't know what this is. They got it in code so that nobody knows what it means. Phylogenetic tree N M. Oh, this is the N Y chromosome. Okay. So the NY chromosome, the fins and the both, and okay, it's the NY chromosome. Okay, here's the I. This is the T, right? That's the T. T or the L. Here's I, the I tree. What's that? Scotland, Finland, whatever. Norway. Anyways, it's in code. I can't tell what it is. Something like that. Ukraine. There's a lot in Ukraine too, believe it or not. So J2 heat map. This is about the specific J2 heat map. And the Assyrian, again, GY chromosome, the L, because Alexander the Great went this way. That's why there's an LY chromosome there. Apparently, X, mitochondrial. Oh, the X went to America too. See? The X went from here, went to America as well. Which is interesting. It is mitochondria. Yeah, it's mitochondria. Haplogroup R1b. This went to America as well. Of course, it went to Africa too. R1a is Ashkenazi, and it went to India too. So descendants of Ashkenaz went this way, they went this way as well. R1a. Phrygia. The Phrygians. Yeah, this is Y haplogroup. Okay, probably seen it before. Uzbekistan. Look at this diversity here. That's a lot of diversity in the cradle of civilization there. This is not diversity here. This is not diversity here. This is not diversity. Neither is this diversity. But in the middle, cradle of civilization, we got lots and lots of diversity. Look at that. Oh, what's that? Here's the F, G, H, I, and J. showing a lot of F, which is Syrian. See the Syrian is the F. I don't know what kind of F it is. It might be the Lydians as well. But for some reason, it's showing a lot of F here. I don't know why. Which is the Syrians, the Arameans from Aram. That's a lot of F. And then the G would be the Assyrians. The pink is the Assyrians. The H is Elamites, not here. I, J. So the brown and the light blue and the brown is the I and the J. Okay, if they took it from here, it would be half light blue. K would be the meat, so it'd be the dark green. Dark green here is the meats. Median. Okay. No idea what that is. This is the people that went to America or found in America. The G's found in America. The T's found in America. The R1B, Southern Europe, is found in America. Of course, Q is in America. The J2 for some reason is in America. The J1 for some reason. The I2 for some reason. The I1 for some reason. And the 8 and the G. Yeah, the G, not the Elamites. The G, the Assyrians. So there we have the population plus the E and the B from the Mediterranean. All these from the Mediterranean are in America. Probably from the days of King Solomon. You got J2, J1, I2, I1, all in America. Plus the Mediterranean Javan, plus the Assyrians, plus the R1B from the Mediterranean in America. From the days of King Solomon. And if the C3 was here, it would be in America too, but it's not. But notice we got the F, the F2A, and the F2B. So we got 3 different Fs. This is another story. Oh, and the Q. This Q comes back to, what is this place? Oh, yeah, right here. See here? This comes back to this, whatever, Mediterranean, Levant area, whatever. Asia Minor, whatever. Q2, Q1. Yeah. Anyway, Central West Asia, they call it. And the N's and the O's and the Q's. Okay. So the Q1 is, here we go. Matea Charada. I hit the secret code here. Q1 is in America, right? Yeah, Q1 is in America, right? That's America, right? Q1. Now, Q1 is also in the Levant area, and in this area, and in this area, and this area. So this Q from America came back to where it originated from, which is right here, or mostly in this area here is where it originated from, but it went to America and came back to where it originated from. How about that? How about that? That's what I was looking for. Because the Q went this way to America, and then the Q that was in America came back through the Mediterranean this way with the Phoenician trade to this area here. Probably in the Jewish population right there, and Phoenician area. So not only did it go to America, it came back to the Mediterranean, or the place where it originated from, which is right here. So that's what I wanted to see there. And of course, same thing with T. T came from here, went to America, or came from here, went to America. J2 came from here, went to America. J1 came from here, went to America. I2, well, they don't know where it came from, but it started here and went to America. And I went to America. But it's in Africa too. Okay, so I1, I2 is in Africa too. Yeah, of course it is. It's in North Africa, and these in North Africa and America, because they went to America. They're in North Africa too, probably. And R1D went to America, is in North Africa too. Well, of course it's southern Europe, but anyway. Anyway, so if some of this American Q came back to the Mediterranean area here, the Anatolia and Levant area. Okay. This is same thing, K. There's not going to be much K here. Not going to be much Q, except unless it's up here. Yeah. G, not a whole lot of G, but there's some there, yeah. In fact, there's quite a lot of G. I's. You got a lot of I's. Got I and what's J? Oh, the green. Okay. I and J. Okay. Ashkenaz. mtDNA. This is signature for the Jewish population right here, as you can see, which is in Europe, which also became other populations. is only U3. J2 is Judaic. That's why they say it came from Turkey. But it probably came from here and went to Turkey. That's what the historical evidence is. Considering that they're descended from Arpachshad, W is mtDNA. J1 is Arabic. N belongs to the O family tree, which is Magog. Magog went north and east. Okay. Ashkenaz, Togam, Ripta. Ripta is the R1B. Ashkenaz, the R1A. Togarma is the Q, right? Hold on a second. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe Ripta. Ripta is the R1B. Togarma is the Q. Okay, so let's try that again. Togarma is the... That's what I said, right? Yeah, Ripta is the R1B. Togarma is the Q. Yeah, that's right. So Togarma is the Q. Ripta is the B. R1B. This is the R1A. Ashkenaz R1A. R1B, and Q, which is all the same family of Gomer. Then there's Meshach and Tubal, which I'm designating as P, Tubal. Madai as K, Javan as T, Tiraz as L. And these are the sons of Tiraz, Javan. These are the sons of Javan, and Tiraz is the other Greek, L. On Magog, I think he went the other way. I think he went north. Went north and east. Unless he became the Neanderthal, but that's another story. Okay, this is a bunch of conspiracy anyways, what it is. That's why they don't have it in the right place. That's why they don't have it in the right place. Those are conspiracies. There's Magog up here. Okay. L. Here's the L. This is the other Greek. Wow. How did that get over here? Oh, this is mtDNA. Sorry about that. Oh, they got to make it confusing. R1B. Probably old. So the F is basically Japhethite. It won't work. Can't get it to open up. But the F is Japhethite. No, actually, no. The F is Semite. F, G, H, I, and J. And then it's K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. But they have a problem. You have E over here, you have C over here, and D over here, D here, and D here, and C here. Now, how did that happen? That's because C is Nimrod's son, who went this way instead of this way. And D is Cush's descendant, who went this way instead of this way. That's how that happened. So, mitochondrial. And African. Bedouin, Persian, and African. Anyway, okay, this is what is it, Crete or somewhere? Huge G Assyrian population. Y DNA L, huge L. Wow. So where's the T? No T population. There's the T right there. A huge L. Why is it such a? What's Trabzon? Trabzon. L. Wonder why it's got such a huge L population, which is hard to find. 23% L in the Y chromosome, plus a huge Assyrian Y chromosome. Let me look that up. See if we can find where it's at. Oh, Young Earthers. Got Young Earther and Jeremy Martin. Okay, same. Look this up here. Turkey. You might know it's Turkey because that's right close to where the L originated, which is the Thracian. Yeah, that's right. That's good. Very good. Yeah. Yeah, that's right where the Thracian originated. Actually, they moved over into Turkey instead of Greece. So this is what on the Black Sea or somewhere? Must be on the Black Sea. Trabzon. Oh, there's Trabzon on the Black Sea. Okay. Yeah, that's a huge Thracian population because, of course, Thracians came from here and they kind of moved over here and they concentrated there. These are the mountains everybody runs into when they get conquered over in this area. They all run to the mountains, and of course, Madai is here, and um, the land of Shinar is here somewhere. And so Nimrod's descendants went this way instead of this way. There's Greece and Bulgaria. Yeah, so there's a huge LY chromosome there. Anyway, that's interesting. Okay, what's this? All right, maybe I think I'm a little bit worn out in this area. Go to this area. Or this area. How about that? Yeah. So, just by way of review, this is the mitochondrial phylogeny family trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. C, D, G, and M is Dapidic mitochondrial DNA. This is Hamitic, of course. HVR, the F, the U, the K. This is like Semitic kind of, and the J and T. So yeah, see all this tree here? This is all Semitic or Jewish mitochondrial DNA. B went to America. A went to America. N, W, X went elsewhere. But it's all Semitic. And the I and the S. It's all Semitic. But for the Jewish population, it would be the J, the T, the U, the K, the F, the H, V, and R. So that's that. Of course, this is the Asiatic mitochondrial DNA, which is CD, G, Z, and M and Q. Well, actually, it's all M, and it's C, D, G, and Q, and M, or something like that. Would be the Asian mitochondrial DNA, but these here, the A and the B, went to Asia. These here went to Asia because turns out Madai married a Semitic daughter, or a daughter of Shem, or something like that. So that's why you have all the Semitic mitochondrial DNA in Asia. Is because Madai went to Asia, and that's why. Now you know the rest of the story. Of course, we have the C and the D, comes from the Kushite E3, as well as the A and the B, C and the D, the E1, B1s, and E's. It's all Mitzrayim, it's all Kush, Mitzrayim, and Put. You have the G, FGHI. One of these is Lydian, one of these is Aramean. This is Elamite, this is Assyrian. This is Judaic and Arabic. This is Gomer. This is all Gomer's family tree. Oh, we got an R2 we got to count for too. So maybe Gomer had another son. Let's see what other son Gomer had. So Ashkenaz, see Ashkenaz, Ribta is B1, run B, R1B, Tagarma is Q. So we got to find out if there's another brother descendant of Gomer. So Ashkenaz is R1A, Ribta is R1B, Tagarma is Q, and there's another R2 here, so could be another brother. And then you have Madai, which is K, and you have the M and the S, and the L and the T. Remember, the T is Javan, the L is Tiraz, and we have the O and the N's, which is one big family, Magog family tree, apparently. Until further notice. Or until I can be corrected. That's the way it works. Well, for the sake of people who can't see, because it's hard to see. There's the J and the I family tree. The rest of the Semitic family tree. These are the Iberus, and well, actually, these are probably the Iberus. These Iberus over here. These are the other Semitic peoples: the Assyrians, the Arameans, the Lydians, and the Elamites. All present accounted for. There's the L. L is the Thracians. Of course, they went. You know this how they were here, and they were up here too. Very high concentration right up there. L and Trabzon or whatever that. So when Alexander the Great went this way, he apparently took the L and the T with him. And this is the T. This is the T Y chromosome, right? Yeah. And this is, I don't know what this is, but it's probably a T or the L. This is the L and a T. No, that's whatever. Something like that. There's the E123. That might be Canaan. So this might be Canaan. EM123. Just an idea. See. So, anyways, it's probably descendant of Ham. At any rate. Okay, here is the TY chromosome. I think it's a T. Yeah, this would be the T because it's not the L. The L would be different there. Okay, this is both the O and the N. The N and the O. So it includes the N's up here and the O's down here. The largest population in the world. This is G. See, they ran up into the mountains. The Assyrian. And the T. Here's the T. At least part of the T. Notice how this is where it originated from and went through the Mediterranean, of course, went all the way to America, came back, whatever, stayed in America, all that stuff. Brought back the Q. Q came back from America here. Okay. Polish. Here we got Polish mitochondrial DNA. Okay. So this is the might say the signature of the Judaic mitochondrial DNA, which be the H, the K, the J, the N, the T, the U, W. Notice the we got L. Where's L? L is probably in here somewhere. Oh, here's the L. 3% L. 3% L. This is the percentage of Asian mitochondrial DNA, basically in all of Europe, is 1%. M. Everything else, everything else here is Semitic mitochondrial DNA, with the exception of the L, which which we know what the L is. The L is the Hamitic or Egyptus mitochondrial DNA or some such facsimile, which went to Africa, basically stayed in Africa, and that's, all there is to it. But apparently traveled with the Jewish population as well. But this is typical. This 1% M, that's the amount of Asiatic or Japhethite mitochondrial DNA in Europe. The rest is Semitic. And you notice the A and the B is missing here. We got the W and the X, but other than that, the Asiatic mitochondrial DNA is absent here. I mean, the Asiatic Semitic mitochondrial DNA. Oh, here's the M. We got 2%. 2% M. I don't know how accurate that is, but Romanian Jews with basically the same percentages. Sephardic Jews by haplotype. Of course, this is the Y chromosome now. See this Q? This is probably Q that came back from America with the T, the G, the E, the I, the J1, J2, and the R1B that went to America, brought back the Q into the population. Because otherwise, why would it even be in the Jewish population? It doesn't make much sense to me. I mean, until now. I used to have a problem with it. I said, I was thinking, this doesn't make any sense. But now I understand. Okay, this is mitochondrial. Mitochondrial. So this is mitochondrial DNA, same thing. Where's the M? 2% M, yemenite. Which seems to me to be in the population. I mean, according to this, it is in the population, but I mean, probably in the population from way back. But in Europe, there's the same kind of percentages, even less in Europe, the European population. Okay, Russian Ukrainian Jews with T, L, N. There's the L, N, T. Where's the M? No M. The M is not even showing up here. Well, the other is here. Okay. Ashkenazis. And so the R1A is Ashkenazi. R1B is the Ribta. Ribta is R1B. Togarma is a Q. Okay. So, and the Q, there's the Q again, and the T, and the G, and the E. The E is like from the Phoenicians or Mediterraneans or whatever. But that's the Q brought back from America, possibly, at least to some extent. Here's a good example of the mitochondrial DNA in Europe. This is Portuguese host population. The host population, of course, we have to go all the way up here to get the M. The M's is this orange color. Notice the L is the gray and the white. which is what it begins with. It begins with the white and the gray. And notice there's no M there. There's no M here. It just begins over here. And oh, look at this. There's a little sliver there in the Portuguese host population of M. That little sliver right there is the Japhetic or Asian mitochondrial DNA. The rest is Semitic or Hamitic, which is the what it starts out with. So it starts at 12 o'clock noon, and up to this sliver here is Hamitic, which is to be expected because, at least, I mean, it's not in this population, but because Africa is right here. So this amount of mitochondrial DNA from Africa is to be expected in the Portuguese host population. But the Asiatic population is almost not very much. Oops. Anyway, get the idea, maybe. Okay. Actually, yeah. Or whatever. So that's about it. This is mitochondrial. There's M, 2% M. I don't see any C or D or Q or anything else that would be Asiatic. Z. Okay, so it would be the C, the Z, the D, or C and D and Z and G and E and Q are the only possible Japethite mitochondrial DNA, which exists in Asia, but not so much over here. A little bit maybe over here, but not so much. And in America, it only exists as C and D. So this purple and this blue. So this purple and this blue are Asiatic, which is 100% here, Asiatic, C and D. The rest is A and B, which is this purple and this red. So yeah, they got two purples exactly the same color, just to make it confusing. But anyways, oh, not exactly. Okay, so the A and the B, the lighter color purple is A and B. So the lighter color purple is A, 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 and the red is the B. That's Semitic mitochondrial DNA in America and of course in Asia as well. Because Madai actually took a Semitic wife, apparently. Went this way. Now you know the rest of the story. Here's a better chart, maybe. C and D. Of course, this is mitochondrial still. C and D mitochondrial, not to be confused with Y chromosome. C and D, C and D. And the A and the B here in this case would be yellow and purple. Yellow and purple is the majority, basically. But this color code is good because you have the Semitic mtDNA here, which is more the Asiatic Semitic mtDNA. See here as in B. as in R, as in Y, as in X would be somewhere, yeah, X, I guess, here, and A, and W is up here somewhere. So this is the Semitic DNA, which is mostly Asian, in Asia, including the F, which is over here. You can see the F. But this R group, which is, you can't tell, but it's an R group of mitochondrial DNA, is all this blue color, with the exception of the P. I don't know what the P is doing there. The P is, this is P, which is also Asiatic, or I guess it escaped and went to Asia. I don't know. But this R group here, with the exception of this P, apparently all went to Europe. So all this blue color here is in Europe, with the exception of this W and some A over here in this area here, which is still Semitic, right? Still Semitic, it's just more Asiatic Semitic, but possibly could have been a part of the Israelite population, as far as that goes, because that seems to be the area of the Israelite population as well, and it's down here as well. So still Semitic, right? The only thing that's not Semitic is the reds and the yellows and the pinks. So the reds, the yellows, and the pinks are actually Japhethite mitochondrial DNA, which is a little bit up here because of the north up here, Siberia. We got some red there. That's D. And some Z. We got some Z there, looks like. But this M over here is high population in India. India has a lot of Japhethite mitochondrial DNA. When you go into Europe, it's almost, I don't say 100% because you can see a little red here, red slivers here. But in this area, it's like 90, I'll say 98% or so Semitic, not only Semitic, but Jewish mitochondrial DNA in Europe, like 98% Jewish maternal DNA, which I don't think too many people have pointed out. Then we got this R here. What is this R? It's still Semitic, but I guess it's you still have R over here anyway. Yeah, so the R, the U, the K is all the same color. But anyways, there you have it. Clear as day. And of course, North Africa is, explanatory. Egypt, North Africa, it's all Mediterranean, And then the L, 1, 2, and 3s, and 4s, and 5s, and 6 are all in Africa, basically. And up here, too. But anyway, there you have it. It doesn't work. So this is the older. The reason why I have this is because it's the older designation for the E1B. When they did tests on King Tut or the pharaohs or whatever, Ramses the Third. King Tut came out R1B1, but R1B. But Ramses came out E1B1. Einstein is E1B1. These are all E1B1s, right? So they had to redesignate them because it didn't make any sense because they're all E1B1s. Desmond Tutu, E1B1. Mandela, E1B1. Einstein, E1B1. B. Hitler, E1B1. It made no sense at all. So they had to redesignate these designations. Now these are all E3s with a M81, a V32, and a V something, a 32 and a 13 or something. I forget. But anyways, this is the older designation, which is didn't help anything. And of course, this Niger Congo's E1B1, so didn't make any sense. Still doesn't make any sense, but anyway. So you got Kazakh. Kazakhs are descendants of Nimrod, apparently. Kazakh. Mongolians descendant of Nimrod. Tunguskiks and these people. D1, Tibetans and Japanese are D, along with the Andamanese are D. Elamo Dravidians are H. The L and the T are Grecians from over here. Apparently, G is the Assyrians, and it's about all the designation there is. Besides the J2, which is Judaic, J1 is Arabic, I2 is Israelites, I1, they call it Scandinavian here or Germanic in the other map, but it's really Judaic. I mean, it's Israelite. Israelite, not to be confused with Judaic. Judah. It's not. These are not descendants of Judah. They're descendants of other Israelites, which is a huge population, a huge variation as well. So yeah, this is more Judaic. Levi is not J2. It's J1 something or other. So Levi, and I don't know about Benjamin, but J2 is specifically more Judaic. I2 and I1 is Israelite, which is had a huge designation, in other maps. Um, I couldn't figure this out before. So, Ukrainians are, remember, Crimea, Ukrainian, all that stuff. Remember? Let's see what the percentages are. It starts out at 12 o'clock. It starts out with E1B1, which is already a dead giveaway. There's that there's that Einstein DNA right there. Then there's the Assyrian G, and then what we have I1A, which is what I am, I1A, and then I2A, which is this, and then I2C. It goes all the way to J2, which is this purple color here. So this purple color, from this purple all the way to here, is either Israelite or Judaic. This is Ashkenazi. This is R1A. But it's a significant population. It's like 1/3 of the population. About 1/3, less than 1/3 of the population is Abrahamic, Judaic, and Israelite. Y chromosome. But anyways, that's Ukrainian. And I've seen more than this too. for that matter. Okay, here's the other one. This is what they changed it to. So instead of the E1B1, because it's confusing because a lot of designations are all E1B1. When you see the E1B1, just understand that it's E3B. Now it's E3B. It's either an M81, a V12, or a V32, or one of these other facsimiles here. This is E3 too, for that matter. It's Niger Congo. So it's probably a Kushite descendant here in the Niger Congo, And the A's and the B's are Kushites too, probably. And if not, they're just other Hamitic peoples, but probably Kushites, as well as these pygmy um, descendants of probably Kush. Chadic is R1B, which is from Southern Europe. And we've been through this before, probably. The D Andamanese. Now they all have designations. They all have. I mean, not all, but they got this M designation or a P designation or something. And you got Jomons here. You got Paleo Siberians there. These are all D2. Japanese Anyus, as well as the Tibetan Burman D1, D3s, which is they're trying to hide it in the O with the same color as the O, trying to hide it. They don't want anybody to know that it's the same as this, the same as this, the same as this, and a brother of this, and a descendant of this is Kushite or Kush, descendant of Kush. So the C and the D are descendants of Kush, which of course went all the way to America. The Olmec statues are right here. And we have the C3Y chromosome in America to this day. The Quichuas, the Waoranis, and the Wayus all have the same C3Y chromosome. I was raised right here, 3 degrees below the equator right here. That's where I came from. I mean, but of course I'm not. My Y chromosome is this one over here, this I1M253, but I have another designation that I can't tell you because if not, it would probably tell you who my family was or who my family is. I don't want to dox myself, so more than I have. And we got C5. We got C1, C2, C3, C4, C5. These are all descendants of Nimrod, descendants of Cush, right there. Because Nimrod was a king in the land of Shinar, Mesopotamia. His descendants went this way instead of to Africa because he was the king in the land. He was the king of the whole world, basically. And his kingdoms, after his kingdoms fell, they just kind of like migrated to the east. They migrated this way as well. And some of them went this way, but, this way and this way. But that was after the fact. And most of them went the other way. Same thing with the D, Andamanese Y chromosome, which is probably his brother, probably one of these tribes that settled in these areas here. just kept going this way and ended up in Andamanese. But not only here, not only in India, because they're in India too, but all the way, all the way through this area here, all the way to Australia, and C2, of course, is Micronesia, Melanesia, and Polynesia as well. And a lot of these people are dark-skinned people, and they have African or Kushite features, African features. The same as the Olmec statues, same as the Olmec statues here with the C3 Y chromosome. They have, of course, they had over here, they had African and Asian features together and separate as well. But here, the C2, we know these are not the people that ended up in South America, because these are C2. The Melanesian, the Austronesian, Melanesian, or Micronesian, Melanesian, and Polynesian are all C2. But the ones that made it to America are all C3. They're C1, but the C3 is what made it to America. The Nadene is a people, apparently. They have a C3 Y chromosome. Of course, the Q is Asian. The C3 here is what made it to America from the north, of course. It came all the way from the north through there. Over here, C3, see? C3, C3. So it's all descendants of Kush, C3. So must have started out with C3 and spread out to C1 and, whatever, C2, C1, C4, C5, whatever. They just make it up as they go, I guess, apparently. Just make up the story along the way, I guess. There's Southern Europe. Ashkenazi is the yellow. Israel is the pink, and in this case, it's just the pink. Oh, we got to go down here, and the black. So the black and the pink is Israel and Judah. The G is the Assyrians. They ran this way, but they're over here, the Assyrians. Of course, they went to America too. That's why they're all the way over here. The K is Madai, which is here. The Medes is this green color. And the L. We have the L too, which is this gray color, not to be confused with this Q color, which probably came back from America when they went to America. But anyways, we've seen this before. And there's the Q. Oops. Okay. You can't see in this one, but before, there's a little sliver of brown here from the Q1. You can see it better in the other map. So this is the Q that came from America and went back to the Levant area, as well as the T, which was in America, the T, the J2, J1, I1, I2, and the G, and the E and the B were in America. And if there was a C3 here, which there isn't, it would be in America too. And that's the end of the story. That's about all she wrote. It's about it for right now. So, now that I destroyed another stream thoroughly, here I go. God bless everybody. Stay close to God. That's how you'll be transformed, is by the power of His Word. You're cleansed by His Word, by the Word that He speaks to you, by His Holy Spirit. God bless everybody. And may He sanctify you entirely, like it says in Jude, so that you won't be ashamed, so that you will stand before His presence with great joy, having been cleansed by His Word. Is this thing not shutting me down? It's not shutting me down. Wait a moment and try again. Apparently, I'm having troubles here. Um, wow. I can leave the studio, right? Maybe, but that's weird. I've been going on too long. That's why probably. Well, if I leave, it's not going to let me back in anyway. So anyway, so that's probably it. I'll just go ahead and leave. I'm pretty sure it'll shut me down because I can't come back anyway because I used up all my StreamYard.